Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the VW Beetle in S-Class. This one was by request, so I decided to go ahead and do it. So let's go take a look at the performance for it. For the engine, the first thing we are going to do is we are going to swap in the 2.0 liter inline 4 engine that is all the way to the right. Just because there are a couple of 2.0 liter inline 4s, you want the one that is last in the list. My goodness, I cannot speak today. Alright, so then for the parts, you will leave on the basic induction, the super ECU. Jeez, my brain is dead right now. The super ECU, the Pro Fuel System, the Pro Exhaust, the Elite Screw Supercharger, Sport Nitrous, Elite Road Suspension, Pro Brakes, Elite Grip Tires, Elite Clutch, the Pro 6-speed gearbox with the Elite Differential, and Super Nitrous Grip and Drift. For the handling, we are at 55% grip, steering sensitivities all the way up, down forces off, traction controls off, and drift entry is brake tap. This will give us a nice top speed of 200 miles per hour, a 0 to 60 of 3.1, and a quarter mile of 10.5 seconds. With that being said, let's go knock out some AI fools and see how well this thing can perform or not. Alright, so here we are on good old blue collar. Let me get this launch here, and off we go. So off the line, not bad at all. I'm already past all of the AI racers, and still, well, I mean the dirt slowed me a little bit, but accelerating there. Not a bad little drift. It turned into a micro drift at the end, so that's a plus. And so far so good. I am way ahead of the AI, way further ahead than I expected to be, in all honesty. And so far it's handling pretty good too. I have no complaints about the handling at the moment, but we'll see as the race goes on, and as different things happen, to see if that changes or not, because sometimes things start off really good and then become kind of bad. Alright, so that one, it didn't take the corner as well as I wanted. That one I probably should have used the brake tap drift and the handbrake on, but I didn't. That wasn't too bad though. That played out exactly how I would have wanted it to. And so far so good. 143 coming onto the dirt, but it is dropping a lot while we are on it, which doesn't surprise me with the way this car is built. And it's so heavy it didn't even jump on that hill. I am surprised by that. Alright, little cop getting in the way. Whoops. Didn't mean to take him out, but I'm not complaining about the extra boost either. Alright, it went around that corner way better than I had expected it to. Let's check this one. Okay. So one thing I am noticing with this car, when you get a little bit more speed, is you do need to plan. Like right there, it didn't want to drift around like I wanted it. You do need to plan these corners a little bit more. You got to plan your drift out ahead of time. You can't just assume it's going to drift the way you want it to. So just be aware of that. I'm going to do both right here. That was handbrake and brake tap. Not the best going around that corner, but I had a car that was right where I wanted to be, so that didn't help. And that's it. And that gave me what for a time? That gave me, come on, 217. Wow, that is a pretty good time. A lot of cars I've noticed will do this in about 220, maybe a little bit more. So 217 is really good. I am happy with that. I'm going to hop into another race with this one and see how it does in a different race. Alright, so here I am on the Scenic Route. This course has a little bit of everything in it, so it should really put the car through its paces. And again, I am already in the lead, so not upset about that, that's for sure. The launch on this thing's really good, and it starts to accelerate pretty quick after that. So, I mean, that's what you want, is good launch and good acceleration after the fact. I, at the moment, have no complaints about this car. It does, when it's going faster, it really does want to understeer a little bit, but that's to be expected when you're going, you know, really large, fast speeds. How I did not wreck out right there is beyond me. I should have been done. But it does suck that it just cost me so much of that top speed. I was getting pretty far up there. I probably would have gotten to the top speed had that not happened. And we'll come through this little area, which can be a little dangerous. It got loose on me there, mostly because it is a, what, 55% grip car. So coming around that corner at that higher speed, you know, tires are going to lose traction pretty easily, and that's what happened. But there's not a lot you can do about it except pray that you can recover and not wreck out and screw up too poorly going through there. Oof. If I knew how to like handle this car a little bit better, that would definitely help. But that being said, for not really, I mean, this is only the second time I've raced this car. I'm not upset with how it handles because I don't know how it handles very well, but I'm handling it well enough to be able to put up a good time in the last race and handle it and do mostly what I want to do in this race without too many issues. That spot right there always throws me off. I feel like I should be going up that hill, not around the corner for whatever reason. And let's just make sure we don't hit that guy. Oh, it got a little loose again, but as soon as I let off the gas, it recovered. And I always screw up in that corner. I don't know what it is, but I always almost miss that checkpoint. I don't think I've ever once come around that corner and been in perfect position to hit that checkpoint, no matter what car I'm using. Which, you know, that's on me more than it is on the cars, just for not understanding the courses well enough. And I did let off the gas a little bit through those curves, but I also didn't have to brake, and I didn't have to drift those curves at all, so that's also a nice little positive. Nice little drift going through there. And let's just not hit that car and, you know, not screw up. I really am enjoying this car. It's a nice little car, except for the occasional understeer, like right there. I kept telling it to turn, and it kept telling me, no, I will not do that. I will not turn even though you want me to. But then right there, it's like, yeah, okay, you want me to turn? I'll turn some. That is, I think, the one drawback to this car is you can't be 100% sure how it is going to respond to what you're telling it to do turn-wise. At least that's what I'm noticing with it. But if you do want to use the burst NOS going around the corners, it's not too bad. It really seems to hold pretty well to that extra speed bursting around a corner. There's a lot of cars out there that don't handle well doing that. Drift cars, grip cars, doesn't matter what kind of car it is. But this one definitely is handling what I'm wanting it to do in that case very well. And I am just smoking the competition right now. I am literally 2 miles plus away from everyone that I am racing against. I'm just waiting for rubber banding to come into effect so that they start catching up, or, you know, me to majorly screw up, which also is not an unheard of thing in these games, specifically this game. And we are almost to the end of this one, and I'm curious how far away everybody will be from me when this race finally does end. Here we are in the final stretch of it. Let's just boost as much as we can. And we are up at 172, 176, 177. I have had this car up to 200 in testing, but I think I would have gotten it there in this race if I wouldn't have ran headlong into that car in front of me. 457. I am not complaining about that at all. I forgot to see how far away I was from everybody. I have a feeling if rubber banding didn't happen, it was probably over 3,000 yards. Yeah. So I'm really impressed with this Beetle. I think I will buy it in multiplayer and use it there. So I did actually end up building this car in multiplayer and giving it a shot. So I'm going to show you what it ended up looking like in multiplayer, and the results are pretty surprising. Let's go. Alright, so here we go in a pretty decently filled lobby. There are 5 of us in here. So it'll at least be not empty. And if one person drops, I'm not all on my own. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how I can do against these vehicles, or if I'm just going to get smoked or not. But off the launch, again, really good off the launch. And I am 100+ yards away from everybody already. How is that even a thing? Like, are their vehicles that bad, or is this one really that good? I'm not sure. Be interesting to see, you know, if anybody catches up. Somebody started catching up. Ooh, somebody is catching up. Not starting. Somebody really is catching. I have no idea what it is, but they're a-coming, and they're a-coming hard. Hopefully I can hold them off to the end of the race, but I'm also not holding my breath. Alright, I got around that corner pretty well. That was nice. And I managed to put distance between me and whoever it was that was catching up. I don't know if they wrecked out or what happened, but they have fallen way back. Like, I don't get it at all. They were right there with me, and I thought maybe they'd pass me, but now all of a sudden I'm 500+ yards away. Poor driving, I guess? Oop. Okay, that gripped a little more than I thought it was going to, but that's alright. Hey, there we go. I didn't think it was going to give me my boost like it should, but thankfully it did. And I'm still putting more distance between us. So if I don't screw up, I should be okay. Should be is the operative keyword there. And don't screw up. I held that drift a little longer than I should have, I think, but I was trying to get the burst out of it, so I know why I did it. I just probably shouldn't have done it. And coming down the straight, it looks like I'm going to hold on for this win. And there we go. That was one down. I had no idea how that was going to go. That was a good mixture of cars that can be pretty decent cars to really good cars, depending on how they're tuned. I mean, the Carrera came in second. And well, it was an underpowered Carrera. They're all underpowered. I see this now. But the Cayman was close in level, and same with the 350Z. Yeah, I'm not upset with how this performed at all, though. I mean, I finished 10 seconds ahead of second place. Alright, here we are on Blue Collar, which is a race I have raced quite a bit. And if I remember correctly, the single player that I did of this also was on Blue Collar. But I could be remembering that incorrectly because, you know, it just happened. Off the launch, and we are just going. See ya! I can't believe the launch on this thing. It is amazing. Let's see if I can get around this corner all right or not. Nah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It started to slow down there towards the end of it, but other than that, it was doing all right. Had to get out of the gas a little bit right there. And we don't want to go into the pole, but we will go down through here just fine. That went out wider than I would have liked. That was just the car not drifting exactly when I told it to, and you know, with that combination of being slightly understeery. But then that one, it just did really well. So I am so confused by this car. Like, it is a confusing car. But it is fun, and it is apparently fast, and it can handle pretty well. It's just slightly confusing, that's all. I do like this, though. This might be my new favorite S-Class car. I haven't decided it yet on that one. Man, that thing is heavy. It just will not jump on that hill. But yeah, this might be my new favorite NES. I haven't 100% decided that yet, but it's looking good. Even if it might not be the best, it's fun. And that's what matters. And I like how it looks. I think it looks stinking cool. Come on, get around that corner. There we go. And let's see. Can we get around this one? Nope. That one it wanted to not work with me on. That's okay. We'll come up to this one. And I'm just going to let off the gas a little bit and just turn around it. Not drift it. There it is. I was going to be very upset if it did not give that to me. Wow, that was beautiful. What are we going to put up for the final time on this? We are going to put 216. I'll take it. Yeah, this car is really stinking good. I can't believe it. I am shocked by this car. So I get that none of the cars I'm racing against are at level 329 like they should be, but two of them are just handling tuning away from it being max level. So I'm counting that, because the handling tuning just gets the level there for the most part. It doesn't often add much, maybe 1 mile per hour or a little bit on the 0 to 60, but that's about it really. Oh yeah, you want to be that guy. You want to wreck me because you can't win. Got it. Good to know. Woo! Got a little bit of accidental air by bouncing off of a wall. I hate to tell you, bud, but you tried to wreck me, and if you try to pass me, I'm gonna wreck you. I'm fine with people racing, but race clean. Like, there's no reason to purposely try and wreck someone just because you haven't been able to win. Like, just get a better car or get better at your driving. Like, that's all you need to do. There is no reason to try and wreck people in races. The only time I do it is when somebody's been doing it to me on purpose, or doing it to other people in the game, because it's just stupid. Like, and I hate that Criterion has achievements that encourage it. And I'm not gonna lie, I got 2 or 3 of them unlocked, but none of it was ever on purpose. It was always just on accident. So let's see if I can make it through this section without killing myself, because this is where all the traffic is in this race for whatever reason. Can I miss the tree? I did, and I somehow got that checkpoint. Thank you, Need for Speed, because that should have been a missed checkpoint. I thought for sure it was going to take me back on that one. Let's see if I can how I can get around this corner. Okay. It started to drift way later than I would have liked. I mean, I know that about this car, but it's still later than I would have liked, and I'm just not used to that. So let's see, can we get any faster down this last little stretch or not? Okay, we got up to 182, so we never hit the top speed, but that was the longest straight in any of the races, I think. All in all, this car is great. I mean, 207, okay, I mean, sub 2 minute is about where you want to be, but I'm not saying this is the best car out there. I'm just saying it's fun. It is surprisingly fast and quick accelerating. So yeah, buy this car, build this car. Even if you don't use my build, use somebody's build, because it is an awesome car. So that is going to do it for me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, leave some comments on down below, smash the like button, and I will catch you in the next one.